Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. My bra straps are hanging out. It is Wednesday. It is time for D's Wednesday Wisdom for Weight Loss. So today's topic is all about portions. I touch on this a lot, and sometimes I know I've done another dedicated video on it. I know I do this a lot because it's such an important topic. Portions. Like that, you know, if and I've said this a million times too. I don't believe I think I have a hole through my lip. No, I bit my lip last night. That's what it is. And it's swollen and it's annoying. Sorry. I'm leaving that in. Weight Watchers, in my opinion, doesn't really run home portions as much. Now they provide portions, but I don't feel it's, especially at the meetings, it's, hey, 0 Point Foods, they do have a portion and you really should stick to that. I feel like, because some people will say, oh, I can't have 0 Point Foods because I would overeat them. And thank goodness that you know that about yourself, because yeah, you absolutely can overeat them, because 0 points does not mean 0 calories. And Weight Watchers does not like to talk about calories. I've tried it at my meeting and they kind of shut you down. I'm not sure why. They're a point-based system. I get that. And I do agree with the point-based system for a lot of reasons. I did a whole video on points versus calories, why I choose to do points. About a year or so ago, maybe. If I remember to link that in the cards, I will. It was interesting because points, calories are just calories. It doesn't tell the full story of the food. Whereas when they come up with the point system, now, do I think the point system is perfect? I do not. I do think it's flawed. I do feel like the algorithm they have isn't quite, I like the SMART algorithm versus the personal point algorithm. I felt like I got foods at a decent point clip. Now, like I said, calories are one thing, but what points take into consideration is saturated fat, sugar, fiber, protein, carbohydrates. Like everything is taken into consideration to come up with a point. Now, is the point system fair? Sometimes we don't think so. We see a thing that is low in calories but high in points. And we think, wow, how could something 90 calories be 5 points, but something 300 calories be 2 points? It's all based on what makes up the food. Like, it's just not like, if something's high in saturated fat and sugar, it's usually not a good option. That doesn't mean the calories aren't going to be low. Now, things that are high in protein and fiber and non-saturated fat, probably non would be better than saturated, but fat is fat in a general sense, would be a better option. So I think they want you to I would not say steer clear, but maybe limit those higher pointed, low calorie foods, but not coming right out and saying it. So, but if you make something a higher point, they hope that we don't gravitate towards that. What I will say is and that is what the weekly points are for. And I know I stress that a lot because I feel like we have put the weekly points on this pedestal they really don't belong on. And that's, again, I think Weight Watchers started that with their whole, I shouldn't really say it like that, because I don't really think Weight Watchers themselves promoted not eating weeklies. Well, they did, if you talk about the activity points, not the week. See, back in the day, weekly points were one thing, activity points were another. So they were totally separate. Now they're together. So they're going to have to backtrack that. But they always encourage eating weekly points. I would say members started saying, hey, I don't eat my weeklies because if I do, I gain. And people on the internet would say, oh, I don't eat my weeklies. Oh, no, that's just, I won't lose if I eat my weeklies. And honestly, I've always gone into my weeklies a lot. There's been weeks where I wouldn't say on the whole, I finish them every week. No, but I definitely put a huge dent into them. And now that they've added the activity into the weeklies, it's in an odd sort of way. I'm getting almost the same. I wouldn't say I get more because there's activity added in, and fruit, and vegetable points and water points. You're talking 1 point a day for water. So at the most, you're getting 7 points for water. I don't get that point often, so I don't have to worry about that one. The veggie points, I may at the most get 3, maybe on the off shit 4, but very not more than 4. That would be my max. And like activity, I would say generally now, before I was getting more, but generally now I get about 5. I have not been as active as I was this whole summer based on my foot issue. So I didn't want to, overdo it and lead to difficulties. So it was my best interest to not be as active. So I would say maybe 5 points at the most. So we're talking maybe possible of me getting 9 points a day. So definitely I dip into this, at least 6 of them towards my goal, because I need to have about, for me, 28 points a day is a good number for me. I get 23 based. So I look at portions. I look when you scan something, when you look something up, and just scroll up or be scrolling down and the thing goes up, it gives you portion size. Non-fat Greek yogurt, 3/4 of a cup is a portion. I didn't know that for the longest time. It's 0-point food for me. I'm going to have as much as I want. Eggs, 2 eggs are a portion, not 3, not 4, 2. So I would have 2 eggs. Occasionally, if I had small eggs, I might have a 3rd. But it's funny, every time I had that 3rd egg, it was always too much. Oh, funny, I know. But I just want to run home that there is a place on your app for portions. You just have to scroll down and get to it. If I can fit it in here, maybe I can maybe exclude screenshots. That might be even better. I'll try to include if I could remember how to film my phone. I used to be able to do that. Used to be. But I'll see if I could record and just show you where to see portions if you don't know. And if you're on iTrack Bites, I'm going to assume that they probably have the same thing, because they're accounting. If you buy the iTrack Bites Pro and you want to follow the green or the blue plan, or maybe the Points Plus, I don't think you could follow purple on there. I think you can. You just have to finagle a few things. Finagle, that's my high-tech word for the day. And you have the secondary metric of calories. You track it once. That's why I love iTrack Bites, honestly. You track it once, and then it breaks up your macros for you. It breaks up the protein in that, the fiber. I mean, how fabulous is that? And the calories. So you're not doing anything else. Now, that would be fabulous if WW would do that. I mean, the reasoning is, well, we don't, but I know you don't. You don't have to believe in the calorie count or the macro counting, but if there's people out there that want to do that, it's automatically done for them. Some people need to do it for health reasons. You have to know. So why not, if you're all about helping the diabetic, doing the diabetic plan, why not helping doing those other plans as well? So also keep in mind when we're counting different things, like having goals, and goals are great, like you want to have this much protein, this much fiber, you don't want to have that much fats, you want to have a little bit, this and that. Remember, and it goes for everything. What you do to lose weight, you have to continue to do. So if you're going to have a high protein diet and you take weight off and you go 50 grams below that protein, I just don't know how in the end that's going to help. Like, is it going to, you have to maintain that weight loss by eating that much protein? Like, I don't know. Because to me, that's the unknown. I don't know. I always know that whatever I do to lose the weight, I have to do to maintain the weight. That has always been told to us at Weight Watchers. So don't sit there and skip weekly points now and think you're going to fit them in later. You have to. Lanternfly. Again, on this last video, it read in my ear. That was creepy. I'm keeping that in too because it's fun. See Denise go, ah! Yeah. Sorry about that. But like I say, I wear these bracelets, and I did show them on the video the other day. Believe, worth it. And the one I got in January for my word of the year was intentional. You have to be intentional with everything that you do. If you want to lose weight, be intentional about it. If you want to work out, be intentional about it. If you want to be a nicer person, be intentional about it. Don't do things for the sake of doing things. I watched a video the other day about kindness, the art of kindness, and being kind to yourselves and being kind to others. And don't be kind if that's not your nature. Some people want to be kind because they want to maybe, this is a whole other video. Why am I talking about kindness? I'm really talking about, let's get back to what else. I can get off on tangents about portion control and structure. Sometimes I'm not a planner, we know this, but I do have some structure in how I plan my foods, how I hold my pantry and my fridge and my freezer, how I have them prepared. What did the girl say? When you walk into a food store or a grocery store, that is the first start of your journey. That is where it starts. It starts in what you bring in the house. So if you have the things and tools that you need in the house, you can prepare anything at a given moment. I mean, I'm not telling you to stock it full of one of everything in the store, but if you have good proteins, good sides, vegetables, if they're not canned, fresh, or frozen, no vegetable is bad. Like even a canned vegetable, is it the best choice? People will say no, it's not. But you know what? It's a vegetable nonetheless. Take it and rinse it. There's nothing wrong with it. If that's the only thing you can keep on hand, then that's what you use. Frozen vegetables, are they always the best choice? Fresh is always best, they always say. But if you have it and you freeze them, I'm not a lover of frozen vegetables. I like dog. If I can get them fresh, I can, because I don't like anything that's going to be a little bit soggy. That's just how I like vegetables. I like them crisp. They don't come out of the freezer crisp. That's just a pet peeve of mine. But know who you are and know what's works for you. I know what I could get. Now, if I can get what's frozen and canned, I'd survive. I would. But that I can get to the store in 5 minutes and pick up what I need. We have produce stands in the area. I can get what I need. So we all have to do what's best for our journey, and how we live it is going to be different than everybody else's. Your journey is not going to be my journey. My journey is not going to be your journey. It's how we live what we have. Worth it. I use this twofold. Am I worth it? Sure I am. Is that food worth it? Not always. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. You'll look at it and be like, yeah, that's so worth it. So you have to make that decision. And when you have something that you deem worth it, make sure you own it. Don't sit there and live in regret that I shouldn't have had that. If you want it, eat it, own it, and move on, because life's too short to live in regret. It is. Be honest and track things and live in the moment. Sometimes you have to live in the moment, because sometimes moments are few and far between. And sometimes you have to live in the moment. It's the way the world is today. We have to live in the moment. And the moment doesn't always mean we have to eat the whole thing. Like somebody brings you a piece of cake, you don't have to eat the whole thing. You could have some, bring it home. Have some the next day, have some the next day, and have some the next day. That piece of cake could last you all week by having a few bites. There's no law that says you have to eat that whole entire thing right then and there. Nope. Portions. Portions. Portions are what got us here. Portions are what's going to get us out of here. Oh, I like that. It's the truth. Eating 2 and 3 portions got me here. Eating 1 portion will get me out of here. Yep. Read labels, look what the portions are and everything. Everything has portion with the calories, and then when you scan it for the points. So each thing has what it's, the calories, points, whatever you follow are, and that's what you stick with. And if you run out of points for the day and you want to dip into your weeklies for something good and nutritious, then by all means do. But I'm not telling you to dip into those weeklies for that piece of cake. Occasionally you can, but not every day. I just said having cake every day, but having 2 bites of cake every day is never going to hurt anybody. That's for sure. 2 bites of cake a day did not put me here. No, 2 and 3 pieces of cake did. Not gonna lie, I used to have, there was days where I'd make it beautiful, and I have this fantastic recipe for carrot cake. It is unreal how good it is. And I could have a piece like for breakfast, a piece for lunch, and a piece for dinner with my meals. Yeah, I didn't get here because I ate 1 piece of cake. Yeah. Truth bomb. And admitting that, it's somewhat embarrassing, yes, but it reminds me that I don't need that much anymore. It was a hard one. It's hard when you live your life like that to automatically turn around and to have less. Sometimes in the beginning, and I've said this many times, I felt deprived. I felt sad because I wasn't used to that. But that was what is normal. And what I did, I thought was normal, was not. I had to come up with a new normal for myself. And it gets better. I mean, in time, I've been doing this plan pretty consistently, which is huge, since 2016. And I know, and people have even told me, like in my family, like the different things, like I couldn't finish my breakfast this morning that I made for meal prep. You will see on Sunday, I made a pumpkin French toast bake. Oh, it was fun. You know what threw it over the top, not that I want to get off the subject, was warm maple syrup. Sugar-free pancake syrup, yes. Oh my gosh, I don't know, just warming it up changed the whole thing completely. It was so good. I couldn't finish it. It was only 2 points. And people were like, why can't you finish? I said, I don't know. I was satisfied. So could I have swallowed the rest of that? I could have. I had the points for it. I just knew that I felt satisfied. And that's new for me, to sit there and say, I'm satisfied. I didn't desire to eat anymore. Still within my points. It was breakfast. But just thought to myself, I didn't need it. I didn't want it. And I could do without it. That's it. That's growth. And I want to see growth for you. And I sit there, I'm like, well, did I just do that? No, mind you, later on I could probably have twice as much of something else. But starting to recognize what your body tells you, your stomach tells you to do, is definitely starting intuitive eating. Am I ready for intuitive eating? Not yet. Not completely. I still need to lose 10 pounds. So I don't think for me intuitive eating would help with weight loss. Intuitive eating is a great tool for maintenance. And I am not near maintenance yet. I have to get those. I was on maintenance. And I'm going to get back to that. See what happens when I wanted to lose 8 pounds. I wound up gaining 10. How does that happen? Overthinking things, that's how it happened. I should have been happy where I was, and I was happy, but I thought, well, let's get a couple extra pounds off. You see where this is taking me? Instead of going this way, we've gone this way. But we are still fighting the fight. We are still intentional. We are still doing things with intentionality. When we sit there and we want to do better, we can do better. When we want to eat better, we can do better. When we want to shop better, we shop better. When we put ourselves first instead of our stomachs, we put our health in front of what we really want. And like I say, I put what I really want. How can I make it lower in points for myself? How can I make it lower in calories? Because if it's lower in points, it's lower in calories. And then I find creative ways to make food, and it satisfies me, and that keeps me from going off the rails and binging, and because you just have to copy it somehow. What can I do to copy that make it lighter and still bring me to my goals? And that's what I do here at the channel. And a lot of you have loved the recipes, and I'm so thankful for that, and you understand, and I'm thankful for that as well. So that is today's Wednesday wisdom. A little bit here and there and everywhere, but it's typical for me here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. There's a red box down there. Hit that subscribe button. Join our community here on YouTube for lots of Wednesday wisdom, WWA meeting topics, fabulous food. There's meal prep coming this weekend. We have, so far I did the pumpkin French toast bake for one, and I did a harvest protein bowl that y'all saw I had the other day, and y'all asked for it. So I already put the recipe up on the website. That's already up if you want to go check that out. But I will have how easy it came together on the video. It's super simple. Over 50 grams of protein in this bowl. Super filling and super yummy. So that's the two things so far. And I think I'm going to try to do some rice pudding, because I did promise you rice pudding, and I figured it out. I read the book. It came with the machine. You just never know when you read. So that's it. If you haven't, I think I said that already. If you know somebody that would love to hear the content here, there's a share button. Share this video with somebody that might need the help of us, because this is not about me. This is about all of us. We are one. We help each other out, and that's what's fabulous about Dish with D. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you Friday. I already filmed Friday's Food Finds Friday. It's a Trader Joe's My Favorites haul. I take you inside Trader Joe's, and I film all my things that I love about Trader Joe's, and I show you the little haul that I got afterwards. So that'll be up Friday. I'm not sure about what we're going to do tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to do anything. I might take the day off, because sometimes it's nice not to film and just to be. It's nice, because I don't honestly like having a camera in my face every day. I like to just enjoy a little bit of life, because the more I have the camera in my face, the more it's work, and the more work it is, the more I don't want to do it. Then it ceases to become fun when you make it a job. So that's it. Have a great rest of your day. We will dish another day. I will see you Saturday for meeting topic. I'm going Friday, but I will post it on Saturday, and Sunday for meal prep, which is almost already filmed. I'm ahead of the game. Have a great day. We will dish another day.